Hi, I'm Alex Cario, the head of auditing operations here at Jones, the compliance solution for commercial real estate, construction, and the rest of the built world. Welcome to our insurance compliance video course. If you manage compliance for your company or collect and review COIs, this course is for you. In today's episode, we're going to look at certificates of insurance, also known as COIs. We're going to delve into the most important elements of a COI, including insured name, the table of policies, the description of operations box, the certificate holder, and the signature. A certificate of insurance is like the spark notes of an insurance policy. An insurance policy is a lengthy and dense document that can span hundreds of pages. A COI summarizes and condenses all the most important coverages and provisions into a format that's easy to read. The first most important element to check is the insured name. The most important part of the COI is the insured name. The insured name is the name of the policyholder. It has to be correct or else nothing else matters. The insured address doesn't matter so much, but the insured name must match letter by letter, so it's important to meticulously check this. Next, we examine the table of liability policies. There's 4 main liability policies in this table: general liability, auto liability, umbrella liability, and workers' compensation. There's also a miscellaneous box in the bottom row where anything can be written in there by the insurance broker, from professional liability to crime to property insurance. This part is not standardized and is free text. There's several important pieces of data that we're going to be checking in this table of policies. We want to make sure that there's a valid policy number for every policy on the COI. If there's no policy number, we can't be sure that the policy exists. Next, we want to look at the expiry date. The expiry date must not have passed. If the expiry date has already passed, then that means that there is no more valid coverage and the policy is expired. Lastly, we want to check the limits. The limits tell us how much of the coverage there is. So if there is not enough in the limits section, then the insurance requirements are not met. One important thing to consider is that umbrella liability supplements the other 3 policies. So that means that when general liability, auto liability, or workers' compensation falls short of the required limits, umbrella liability can kick in and ride on top of them to help make up for the shortfall. It acts as a sort of supplement for the other 3 liability policies. Towards the middle bottom of the COI, we see the description of operations box, which is just a miscellaneous free text box full of unstructured information that the insurance broker has written in. This is the place to check for information about additional insureds or other provisions like the waiver of subrogations or primary non-contributory clauses. Again, this box is not standardized, so this information can contain literally anything. Towards the bottom left-hand corner of the COI, we find the certificate holder. The certificate holder is not entitled to coverage under any of the insurance policies on the COI. The certificate holder simply has the right to be informed in case any of the COI policies are canceled. In case of cancellation, the insurer has an obligation to notify the person or entity listed as a certificate holder that that policy is expiring or has been canceled. In the bottom right-hand corner of the COI, we find the signature of the broker. It's important to always check that there's a signature here from the broker. If there's no signature, then the COI is not certified. It's as if the COI was never issued. It's important to check the COI is signed, otherwise you cannot consider it valid proof of insurance. In today's episode, we covered the basics of COIs and how to read them, including such elements as the insured name, the table of policies, the description of operations box, the certificate holder, and the signature. In the next episode, we're going to delve into endorsements and how to interpret those. Can't wait to see you there!